Thank you so much, guys. We really do appreciate. So, guys, let's move on to our next topic, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there, guys. I'm checking my phone because I know there could have been messages, people asking where were we. So now we are back, guys, trying to discuss the whole topic that we have. So just hang in there, guys. So our next topic, guys, we're going to talk about what are the discussions, how can you engage your kids into particularly STEM. So that's what we're going to talk about. So, guys, recognize that STEM is actually embedded in all the things that we do daily, guys. It's embedded in the things that we do every single day. So that's how it is to discuss STEM with our kids. So it's embedded in our routine activities that we do. So we are going to start by talking about STEM activities embedded in our routine concerning in the house, inside the house. So let's talk about some of those. How can we encourage our girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Just kids, the kids that we're living with, or family, or our neighbor. How can we encourage them to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? So we're going to talk about inside and outside. How can we discuss? How can we talk about them? So let's start with the inside the house. So inside the house, guys, you can watch movies, you can watch documentaries with your kids. And how can you choose those documentaries? So the documentaries you can choose about, maybe for example, the largest bridge in the world. You can watch how they start building from the beginning up to the top. That's inside the house, guys. You can look for a movie how they make Teslas. And some of these movies, guys, you can get them from either YouTube. And remember, YouTube is a place where you can utilize YouTube in a very good manner. There's a lot of things on YouTube, but guys, YouTube is a place where you can get so much information. So we are talking about, getting a documentary. You can watch about the biggest bridges in the world. You can building biggest bridges in the world. You can look at Coca-Cola, how they make Coca-Cola. Those are movies and documentaries, guys, how they make Coca-Cola. The kids will really love to watch and see this, guys. So that's one of them. And the other thing is, you can also talk about how they make cars. You can Google that up on YouTube, check it, how they make Teslas. There is so much information, guys, concerning just the in-house watching movies or watching on YouTube. Teach kids to watch YouTube wisely, and also to watch, all these kind of social media wisely, where they can look at this social media in a good way and not in a bad way. So those are one of the things. So the other thing is, guys, to provide an environment of STEM. What is an environment of STEM? Make sure you can provide your kid with computer, you can provide your kid with a phone, but you can also, lock them in such a way that they're not misusing them if you are afraid that they'll be going, so they don't go just watch anywhere else. So that's what you can do, guys. So that's one of the things that you can do. And the other thing is, kids always have pets in the house. So we're talking about the in-house things that you can encourage kids to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So the other thing is, kids always have pets, or they have a pet at the house, that pet is for everybody. So there are steps involving a pet to make sure the pet can be healthy, guys. It's cleaning after the pet, there is feeding the pet, there is making the pet comfortable. So in those areas, this is a point where you can engage your kid. How what are the ways you want to make sure your pet can be comfortable? I know some people don't really respect pets, but pets are really important for kids, even adults, guys. They have a very good vibe. You enjoy hanging out with your pet, things like that. But pets also, there are things that you can innovate about them. For example, where the pet sleeps, what the pet eats, how you can clean for a pet. So those are the tasks that you can ask your kid to innovate, to improve. How can you improve? It looks like it's not STEM, but guys, it's STEM. Remember, STEM is embedded in the routine that you are doing. So that's why involving a kid about the kid's pet and also discussing with your kid about how he or she can take care of the pets, to also describe what are those things that are needed for the pet to be comfortable. So you can discuss that as well. So the next item I'm going to look at is also cooking. For girls, cooking, even for boys, they can learn how to cook. It's a point of discussion. What are you using for cooking? You're using a stove. A stove uses electricity. How is electricity generated? So when we talk about how electricity is generated, now we are going to go in where you can, in the outside activities about STEM. After you discuss in the house about electricity, how electricity is generated, how it's coming in the house, you don't have to be an expert, guys. You just have to discuss what it is. And you can also research, ask the kid to ask more about the teacher. Then you can take your child outside. They can go and look at the how the electricity is generated, how power is generated at the dam. In Zambia, for example, you can go at Kariba Dam. You can go and explain to the kid how water flows on the turbines, and the turbines turn and then they produce electricity. In California, we have the Hoover Dam, one of the dams here. But you see how we transition from the house, then we go outside. So the discussion can start in the house and then it can end up outside. But we're going to talk more about the outside discussions. So you can discuss those inside the house, how electricity is generated. Now let's go talk about pots. How are pots created, guys? What kind of material is it? What are better pots? How do they look like? What kind of material is made with the pots, the steel? How do they mix it with other materials so that you can have a good pot? Remember, guys, pots are different. There are cheap pots and they're expensive pots. What's the difference between the two? Those that are cheap, guys, they create hazard for us. They are not well made. So that's why we need good pots. I know they're expensive, but we need good pots. But how can you encourage your kids to create good pots? This is a discussion you can talk about, because most pots you using them, they are peeling off and they're creating that extra material that is not needed. So this is a point, guys, where you can discuss how you can improve on the pots. How are they made of? And also there are also a pressure cooker, guys. What a pressure cooker? How can you cook your food using pressure cooker? So this is the point where you can discuss with your kids, what a pressure cooker, how is it made of? So that's one point of discussion. So guys, we just talked about few things of in-house that you can discuss with your child, how to share STEM to your child. So let's go to the outside. Guys, if you didn't watch at the beginning, please start from the beginning. It's really, really important. So let's go to the outside, guys. So outside, let's talk about, we just spoke about electricity coming in the house and how electricity is generated. So now we can discuss how you can go outside. So, for example, you discussed with your child how electricity is generated in the house, how it's coming in the house, how it's lighting the plate. Maybe you're using gas. You can also talk about if you're using gas. In America, we use gas sometimes on our stove. So that's another point where you can discuss how is gas made? How does it come in the house? Guys, that is science. That is STEM. Remember, STEM is embedded in our daily lives. It's embedded in all the things around us. So let's go back. If you talked about electricity, now let's go back on outside the house. How can you encourage your kids about outside the house about STEM? So you can visit, as I mentioned, visit electric dam, talk about how electricity is generated. That's one area you can talk about. The other thing is you can talk about fishing. Visit a lake, visit fishermen. Go there and watch how they are fishing. Guys, this is a point of talking about what improvements can you make for those fishermen in that particular area where you have gone to. If it's a lake, they're using canoes. Do they have proper nets? You can talk about all those things. Guys, that's STEM. That's making people's fishermen's lives better. You're trying to understand what are their challenges. How can you improve them? How can you help them so that they can have proper tools that they can use to fish? So that's one of them. Let's move on to the next one. The other one, you can also talk about farming. Farming, hello guys. Farming is one of the most important science, and that is the one that is sustaining us even now as we speak. I'm energetic talking because I ate. Where did the food come from? The food came from the farm. So we can talk about how you can discuss there how are the crops um, uh, how they germinate. What are the challenges that farmers face? How can you improve these farmers so that they can produce more food? How can we produce healthy foods? So that is a point of discussion. That is STEM, guys. That is science. So you can talk about that as one of the outdoor things about STEM. Because most people they ask, how can I talk to my child about STEM? STEM is embedded in our daily life routine, guys, daily things that we are doing. And that's why we are able to understand STEM easily. Because some people think STEM is very difficult. What is it? Maybe it's something that I can't comprehend. But I would like to encourage parents out there, kids. I would like to encourage you that STEM is actually embedded in our routine. So yeah, let's talk about, so you can visit a farmer. I have a friend of ours, farmers. We're gonna bring them here, guys, so you see that farming is part of STEM. Take your child to a nearby farm. If you don't have a farm or if you don't farm, take your kids to the farm. Any friend that is farming, let them look at how the farm is actually organized. What are the plants are they using? Sorry, what are the plants that they have there? What food? Where are they taking it? There is logistics. There is machinery. There is labor. There is a lot of things going on, guys, at the farm. So take your kids there and let them interact with these farmers. Ask questions about what they're doing. How do they take the food out when it's done? How is the process? When do they start farming? There are a lot of challenges that farmers have. That is a point of making kids start thinking critically. So you can do that, guys. Make sure you do that. So what is the other thing? The other thing, guys, is when kids go out, there's a lot of buildings outside, high scrapers, guys, beautiful buildings that civil engineers are building. You can strike a conversation about the buildings outside. How are they built? How long does it take? What material are they using? What type of school do those people need to go to in order to be able to be a constructor or to be a civil engineer? Just going outside, you can engage your kids about the buildings, the concrete outside. That is STEM, that's science, guys. Because parents are asking, how do we discuss STEM with our kids? How do we engage them that they can start learning about STEM? It's very simple. Remember, STEM is embedded in our daily routine activities. So the moment you can spot the STEM, it's easy for you guys to be able to explain to our kids. So make sure you can do that. Whenever you go out, it's an opportunity to discuss about something. Think about it. You pass by a lot of things and you don't even know it's something that you can discuss. I have had engineers who came here who were saying, we used to pass through an electric company, and that struck the interest. Simple things like that. So those are the environment that we can create, guys, around us. What's the next one? The next one, when you go outside, guys, there is wind blowing. There is weather. It's either it's sunny or it's cold or it's raining. So that's a point of discussion. You can start discussing, oh, today will it rain? How do you know it's going to rain? How do we have the capacity to know that it's raining? And, the only way is, there are weather people who give us that information. Now, there's also technology, guys. Weather is captured in the satellites in space, and all those dramatic animation of weather, we are able to see them because, guys, of space exploration. If you check out some of my videos, they talk about how space exploration has given us a lot of tools. One of those is to also dramatically show us how the weather is performing where we are and also in other countries and environment around us. And also, the weather is very important for a farmer. How do you think the farmer is going to start farming? They'll need to understand the weather. They need to understand when the rain is going to come. They need to understand what temperature. Are they going to have an El Nino? Are they going to have winds that may cause fire? So, guys, this STEM is, oh my God, STEM is around us. It's embedded in everything that we do. And that's why we need to make sure we can expose our kids around us to STEM. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is the wind. So outside, when you get outside, guys, there's always of wind. It's blowing in a certain direction. That is also science to understand where the wind is going. We use a lot of things to understand wind. Planes use knowledge about wind, weather, the rain. They use all that, guys, before they fly. Why? They need to know so that it doesn't disturb any type of transportation with the planes. So, guys, that was just some of the things I wanted to discuss with you, to tell you that you can encourage girls, kids, girls, boys to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and to strike a conversation and to ignite their minds about STEM, guys. It's really, really important that you can discuss with them, because it's during this time when they are growing up, that's when they can actually learn and get an interest or spark an interest in actually in science and technology. So thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really do appreciate. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, down, comment, whatever. Thank you so much, guys. And I just want to apologize for the delay at the beginning, because we had a technical issue, but it was solved. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask or leave a comment down below, and we'll see you soon with more information about STEM, science and technology. So make sure you are able to encourage your kids, guys. You are able to provide an environment in the house that can help them pursue science, technology, and engineering and mathematics. And also, whenever you go outside, or you specifically, intentionally plan to go outside to visit these sites. There are so many sites you can visit, guys. If you just think of it, just get a paper, write them down, and take your kids there, and they will have so much fun. They will really enjoy, and you never know what that's gonna spark for the rest of their life. So same thing inside the house. Try to give them those opportunities that they need. Nowadays, we're in a world of computers and phones. Give it to them, but where they can use them wisely. If they're not using wisely, teach them how to use them wisely, because that will keep them going. Even as they grow, they'll be able to use their systems very wisely. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for coming, and ciao, ciao. See you soon, guys, and bye.